hello ya kono gade. Welcome to Kenya Talk Show India. Da tani nyala ko dikore no ko pot krala Thramu Carolina Ashu le no. Avane meda Kenya mutaga le ule Andaman le no. Basa kini he tulurala we Bangalore no. We Bangalore ni meda ko India awe padu kan le no. Aku tani Thramu pokoknya bana le Kenya Talk Show India le no. Ni. Da kini na Kenya ba Thramu nak introduce bana ta no.
Hello, you mean Carolina Ashu, you made assistant professor at Christianity University nilo, the side by side yama PhD, la psychology nilo, the PhD ani mala Martin Luther Christian University la Shillong, the K Tolorai o Honey Blay, the K you la Bangalore from 2022, the K made a bala scholar field academics field nelo.
Okay, thank you so much na. Dadi pinjaman ada kami di negatif apa na tapi tama agri putus na nama tam nimile na dan negatif apa na field agri putus na a little background na about your field di apa katanya art na tapi bisa tabur apa katanya art se.
Yeah, designation में assistant professor the yeshini lectures the ये तोलो डाला university के the ये degree ने मैं ये मा BSc psychology the MSc counselling psychology and I have cleared my national eligibility test that is NET exam so now I'm currently pursuing my PhD in psychology as well. The field name ba okay you teaching career so you are mentor academician the scholar nilo the tapita mane deal with the university the yetolowa psychology subjects from social psychology to developmental psychology practicals counseling skills the likewise and yeba not just teaching but yeba mentor aputata academically also and documentations the events the fest the tala college the university at events mi o tama mi o yeba contribute le ani the major part on research work akene being in this field I think research is something very important so we are also into research where we we study different topics from different field and we also collaborate with other departments as well so this is a little brief background about what I do right now.
Thank you so much now. The di petinya wada tu no Thramu Carolina awada main background ni bakal psychology background ni no. Di ni tu ni no pakai do tinya ba no nakati pen bapa bakalan psychology bamnu ko le choose field with le no ma choose odile sale no na interest headile sale na kate bapa starting point no.
Okay, so starting point ne to be honest ne sikha ne ye doctor of course mainstream Indian family Indian household Asian household wo the sichi to by say class 11th and 12th ne ye interest shift je to forensic psychology the forensic science the detective but I think I was a little lazy to do physical activity and then to I say your interest ma role mo ye exams do for need the aga national exam the sichi ne ye was suggest ye pura le ye the quota ye torture matter what psychology had ho ne I think I used to watch different shows where they had these detective works and all of those things where somewhere there's a part of understanding human people and nature and behavior there was just psychology the ye let ho ye BSc khane ye tinya ba ye kama ye course le samyo le bo ye pha subject ta beda ye interest ho pha ji da ye thbo chat na like I liked it so much that I did so well in my college and all and I think wa pha theories term ni ne ye relate pha ji te the nami ke ba psychology or nami choose psychology ne you need to have certain what to say skills or you need to have certain values or don't naturally I think I could find it in myself and then I eventually liked it so much the ye had to like postgraduate chenga yula Chennai University of Madras ma khane the shini counselling field and ye tinya ye na pole ye skills le ye pura ye kanawa the normally ne mate it's very like my friends used to say that it's so nice to talk to you because you listen to us or you hear us. So, and it kind of boosted a lot of my motivation. And I also enjoy, giving time to people, trying to understand them and giving them the space where they can be comfortable the way they are. It's a judgment-free space, and it's sometimes, blah blah blah. But family we paji ne do advice ne do. You just want a shoulder to cry on, or you just want somebody to make you feel, safe, someone to comfort you. That's like first aid, emotional first aid. So I think I see myself in that way, where I'm naturally gifted with that. And thanks to my parents and my grandparents also for teaching me good values where I could, use them like in the professional setting as well.
Okay, na? Thank you so much. Na? The next question ni kami wala na di background bakal psychology mental illness pe kala na pedartinya ba wala na. What are the most common mental health issues you see today na? Most common health issue le bakal mental illness pe kala boleh say na.
So I think what I see commonly, because I am around mostly adolescents and teenagers, young adult people. So I think what I see in them is a lot of anxiety and a lot of panic, and that leads to a lot of worry, which intensify into sadness and then moves on to depression also. And I think this constant negative thoughts about whether they are good or not good, that's also very it impacts your mental health a lot. Kamyo na self esteem na quality na tadi le samyo na nogasada na tuina gidi le samyo ni mita tuina gila allo to clone or allo kamyo le a pleasant good. If you don't think good about yourself, if you don't feel good about yourself, that can also cause you a lot of trouble inside. And I see a lot of youngsters, they are struggling with self esteem, self image, and a sense of belongingness, I must say. And I think that leads to what you call as clinical depression or adjustment issues or any other psychological problem which may seem very very minimal or mild in the initial stage, but when not given attention to, it can lead to severe psychotic disorders as well.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much. No? The next question, what are the silent signs of depression that often people miss? No?
So, signs and symptoms different.
Okay.
Like for me, it will be different. For you, it may be different. For some youngsters, it may be different. So we need to watch out for if an individual is doing something different from what they usually do. For example, as simple as me enjoy playing football or enjoy playing any kind of sports or any hobbies na interest me hamata se na ba na ba psychology tamir me na ba attentive, or it's like a red flag maybe. Interest is it because they are tired, or is it something happen? Tanita 8 mat ulebe ba kwa atarelo tak lelinya ho thola ta product ke tholo cha. They're not socializing anymore, even like whether it is going to church or just going outside at the garden also. Like those are like very small signs like you can see. And another important thing is, I think, sleep and food appetite. Barbablo wa mi aji ke so mit me wa mi ne. So nemi kwala clinical depression ne either excessive sleep or you have disturbed sleep. So they have difficulty falling asleep, or they're sleeping for too long, for like at a stretch. The me os has someone blah 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 stress eating, binge eating wako at a stretch. Jesse ki permission okay the permi opsane po o atane nelo ata auto to ulab. And at the back of the head they're preoccupied with something, and this is just automatically happening. Whereas nemi onsa. It's a very small conscious activity or behavior that we do. Anine po limit proportion da po order po enjoy, but sometimes when you're so stressed or when you're overoccupied, you eat. For a very simple example, wakwa TV da wa owasa. Anenyo ne natatinya be me no on na portion osiale that you keep eating. That's actually not a healthy thing. And other signs, silent signs could be, it's just a matter of being observant and how aware you are about your surrounding. No olanashi ne na akamyo na aware si ale me na monapa na dopwe na she na pina na man water me pura ne akamyo. It depends, how observant you are about their behavior. Kamyon the pura ne me tale ta kaka ata ua atami ne me aware they ma behave dile samyo. It matters a lot. So nimi aware a little bit of more awareness of with who you are. Nimi ola present moment nimi mindful le na hino ho na person individual ne. I think you can catch all of those silent signs, and because aware if you're not aware, you won't be able to even catch that. I think that's very important.
Okay, now the na ho bata ka tuli do pudo na science poted party Thramu Carolina tema to na par me ola depressed small science poted party ta ta chalo me ngena na so pura ta ha negative symptoms pun to set no the ni to detect sa ti on an early stage na pakete na the semera khana di bitinya dale pak ni to klani na mental illness mi o samone adichine ko na so lele seyo no ani ko da taboo khana ba ko tel arsi pani plula no mami tele plula no it's like an insult the what it is no the what wani to lele seyo na bitinya le ne ba ka ba le seyo ka ba ne ba medical treatment ba samu patna so le ba pa din sa no di ni to ba ka thiba le ta sa le khet teenagers le khet ga no pakatele generation la pukuitir padal sang to khai khatir pani mata awareness te o no asama la puta phale dulo khai gen z padi te tinya ta set up way linin no the aware ni agone no what should teenagers do now when parents don't understand them no aware te dikutinya basa mu pada ta tana solo awite bitan ma no the awate sakto ne ka ba ma di sel no.
Okay, so it's a very challenging state. Mamko la behave where we come from. Explaining things to adults is a little more challenging as to somebody who's in the Gen Z, because they have access to a lot of media and resources that they can reach out to. The why do tell komyo nimi do reach out ne. Wow, agalo, you have online counseling available, you have helpline numbers even I think Andaman samone psychologist Andaman sa create tadi ula hospitals ha ueda. The teenagers ne if you ever feel that that you're lost or you're unable to express your feeling, I would just say don't be afraid, because at the end of the day they are your parents. And I think you should at least try to express your feeling. The teplato na tala ula na tanya mo na mi teplato kanina ba tingana pala na ba tell how you feel about it. For example, I feel that I am going through this. I feel that I'm unable to do things, rather than saying that because of you did this all happened. Nene ho yata tila. Like anene ni mitelo kwa kakela ta ilo no mo na ba try to explain ki we want accountability lo le ye sukumo ita sukumo sa samyo kita you ba mamni le ye itetinya ba na vita sunama ya. So you can see that it's all about the way you convey to people, the tone of your voice. And I think and even still if you don't get nimitamaneta masada, you have other helpline as well. Nimi approach online app for mental health care recently Nimhans is working on it, and I think it's a good platform. Like you guys can use it, and you have online counseling just like dito wa mane counseling la katitra medicine normal allopathy wasane for mental health also you have people available like that ane samo dito wa pa apps temne to Similarly, for counseling also you have then opt and is the another thing is I think Timi aware about your emotions, emotional regulation. I think that can also help you in the early stage itself. The moral science value education the palette hosan school so I think that teaches a lot of value. So if nimi grounded in the emotions, akhay na tata do mi na kama regulate or delay sa watano no ko mata ni da ta mi clear the twalo outburst tabo. So I think me follow something like an activity or an exercise or any normal routine that can help them regulate their emotions or help them release those bottled up emotions in a small healthy way. I think that can help them at that point of life, like where they can even a simple breathing in and breathing out can help you calm down a lot of your vitals here. But again, coming back to expressing them to your parents or somebody elders, and it's on your accountability, because I can only, as a counselor also, as professionally, we can guide you through it, but you have to make the choice whether to take the good choice or the choice that would be unhealthy for you. So I think in that sense, you have to, at the end of the day, it's your choice, but you need to take the step. Yeah.
Tablet do manila is smaller ticket na provanila na Thramu Carolina te batak tulu do puido te pano tarakai te khane no at the end of the day tiku bachwa se titakasang no counselor te pano ka guide ti no ka hiti step ka piani ti step te ni no talu tiku ba mala lo mi at lo mi ni ultimately what is that choice no do le sumaya kan no question like na what is one message no you want everyone listening today to remember about mental health, no? Nakido hiba po point ka, no? The mental health apo ko ni po kwa rapo tirpano po audience tirpane nakido hiba message po nila, no?
The mental health me talu do just like any health, mental health is like the backbone of everything, because I believe if you don't have a peace of mind, I don't think you can even do your simple basic life dito nagalichi nagatunme na tama ma do. So natami clear natami pleasant mi calm na focus na mind ko la tapita matter. And I think it is not something that has to be looked down on. It is also as equivalent to the diabetes diabetes katitrao. So if you have a mental health issue, you approach a counselor, and in that if you want to go to a counselor, in the sense that psychiatrist is there and psychologist is there. Tala psychiatrist ne I have to clear this. So psychiatrist ne me MBBS degree da katitra awete ne ka deal with symptoms. They will, like psychologist the psychiatrist like about work together. Bamko we will be there to provide counseling for them, and the psychiatrists also have the similar job, but they have the legal authority to prescribe medicine. Da badblo ne mental health issue, when it goes out of hand, it involves a lot of your neurotransmitters, chemical balances in your brain, and your physiology and all of those things, which requires your psychopharmacology to be given to you. So that is basically medicine. Lawashini antidepressants ya fir mood stabilizers lawa one, and it help it helps your body to balances the neurotransmitter that is there, because of which our behaviors are either agitated or very slow or goes to a very catatonic state. So tane deal together. As simple as na komika ne o kati phola pain medicine wo na shini physiotherapy, so that you can walk again. So similarly for your mental health also, you need to first understand ki where is the problem coming from. Okay, is it something because you're thinking of? And I'm not saying ki her or like every mental illness will require medicine. I'm only talking about the severe cases, like if you have severe clinical depression or schizophrenia or bipolar, at that stage, which is very violent stage or a very severe stage, you will have to take medicine to control your symptoms. The symptoms may control tane when guidance the counseling agree. And if you can detect it earlier, it can be done without even taking medicine. However, it depends on individual's capacity, resilience, and how you perceive the world and how you cope your coping strategies are very different. So and it depends individuals to individual law. And my message would be that you should not feel ashamed that okay, I'm going through depression. It's completely fine, and it is nothing wrong. Like to me nataka ni ma to ule to me ban taka ma le na sada na twera taluda we to me man nataka ma wa any it's just like somebody having a heart attack. It's not their fault, but it's just a situation because of which you were not stable at that point. So natai na kodane you can still get out from there. And I think as a community pemi open minded pemi masology wata the masology pathada pemi supportive about each other dito pataba label wa dito wedi wa tapli ya khomyo at one point ya sama wate wa tapli kititra wo the that's fine. As a joke, it's fine. For me, I'm very secure in my what I am, who I am. So it doesn't really bothers me that much. But for somebody who are insecure, like who are very scared of who they are, like we don't know what kind of trauma they've come from, it can hurt them very much. So I think as people around us, we can be very sensitive of what we are saying to each other, right? What we talk about each other and how we portray things, because it can really hurt people, and you never know what that person might be going through. Like none of us know what our lives are, right? Until and unless we speak out. So I think for mental health sake, like you need to respect each other and be a little kind to each other. I think that would be a very good initiative for a small step where we can think about our own mental health. And it's absolutely very important because if, like I said, if you're peaceful from inside, everything will radiate, on the exterior. And I think na tamim wida na tapita mada na tapo taleta cheta kuwa mimi kukula.
Mena, thank you so much, Thramu Carolina. Luna share bapa points put it pa kukila na leno. Isak malko audience put it pa tukwara no. Tuta tukwa bakal mental health agemi one. Tu tele comment section ter pate. Dapat Thramu Carolina no. Di beda meda profession tagar no. When they get bapa ane experience me kita tukwa le tu tukwa ter pa no. Di sokumo patron no kesokumo tala pamile shini ba counseling ter pata ketola wate share ter pane no. Me ko pakatela confidential me kalele taplo tapli ko de kanina sana isu mo question ne darbara de dini to ter pha da tak to uga ter pa basic question potes patumi da tinya samo tu pala comment section da mit mi da tak to uga ter pa samo tumi da tu pane tu type le comment section da tu kwa ter pa tene no da ina na pak na Thramu mi chibada wa ka reply ba tu kwa ter phane la no da le akta sur khane no ida khikina ba Thramu Carolina no naka ida hibab ane payu ter pha pakanya ter pha lo Andaman ter pa na message ta khana important message la sakatok kai generation no pamni kola dipakwa de ptiba da youth ter pha walun bet ida heton taplo no patatele te mele agi la asama mi hele taplo ne pakani ba exposure alo confident ka alo da clear ko uthana alo naka le ba different field different naka chose ba different purpose in life no dini to no Thramu naka share ba pa naka encourage ba naka heba message la pata sa der pala utile lo ki der pa no.
Okay, so yerai me bawa kanyo mu la Andaman de ya samo ye dolo ala mi jon ne lo we podrer ne akhewa college Sri Vijayapuram do university khane you do thwa phne lo de ye goal ne, like for me it was very clear because I've always seen around me people completing education and then going for their higher studies. And I think it is very important about Hocho. School is very important, education is important because nami letter okay ya de kwa ye phudo de het thopi ne ye kwa ne ye ta te khula bam ni kho le ba te nya na pora pha ji lo le bam kho ye chi yo le no se de ga ne knowledge one limited lo no khemi het thot up lo ne you are not only interacting with just one person from the same place but you're getting perspective from different places. Yes, however, you have to keep in mind as to what are your own values and what is your own identity and how you can make make meaning of what you learn from other people. The akhe padi pachi la normally Gen Z mi chira la not only Gen Z, I think anybody for that matter mi chi influencer la social media ne polo chi khomyo akhodo khodo khomyo ta na pe khomyo de edo po follow wedding sa blindly bo ane samyo ta ba ubo nimi edo follow ta ne na ba na pe what does it hold for you, what does it mean for you as an individual. For example, Carolina, so for me, what does it mean for me to be a assistant professor or a lecturer or a mentor for my student? It holds a lot of value for me. Chonda boda hele you one tu pata mas ta phali re meta ta khai kha me re ne ye ga address or dile samyo ne la you feel la you choose ne what value does it hold for me. So likewise stay that ti ta mo pu ne ti ka ba tu su mo da le community wo le ti ta mo ne tam ni valuable ti wo le okay po he pe mi wa nya po he la ane my bandar term ne pata pata twe ne one sided, like I would say that it is there. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that you need to allow yourself to learn and you have to be open to new learning experiences. Bamho, the sky is the limit and our life has a lot of potential and ye chila pa kanyo phone naturally they are very gifted. Yes, and I think what mama realize what potential bamho ye ma carpentry to bamo ye chi wa le younger day yani wa ma carpentry ba wa ma what ko le wa the ane basket cloth and it very skill, it's called like those are all fine skills to have and people le we khone wa he to le wa ka train ta le ne to wo do timi thoda da pro ti ki nya na pura you'll get to understand how the world works and you can actually use that for your benefit. And I think coming from a family of Christians, I think you have to keep God in the first place and always respect your parents and don't forget your values is what I would say. It's very easy in this today's world to forget where you come from, to forget your roots, but it's very important to value them. And another thing is that if you have a goal in life, it's very easy for you to stay motivated on the same path. So I think you should have a goal which holds a lot of meaning for you, because if your goal does not have any meaning, you will not be able to pursue that. Okay, nami look at football ne, you have a goal, right? Your one team wants to put the goal there. So team ne motivate that. Individually your goals ne tabatulo tale. It's not necessary ki ye goal ne kabatulo tale par acha goal ye best friend goal ne ko acha lo de ye best friend goal ko acha lo taga ne wa goals taga tatalo. Doesn't have to be similar. It is good if you have similar goals. However, I'm just saying it should not necessarily be similar. But if you have a goal, then you can work on that and slowly you can come up. And then if you have the will to do anything, you will get it. I mean, you have to be very persistent. Discipline discipline follow. You need to have that perseverance. Okay, ye ka ba mawi mi bide ye ka ba mane na planning ka ba no goal ka ba din ma no pe clarity mi ole ne do mamle ne do ken ma na ka you can execute your plan na khomyo ke phela Bangalore ne mat mi le ye he ya din samyo ne ye ta o ta kha ye goal o ta kha de ye he de ye ma pwe lo ye goal ne ke I have to complete PhD do side by side I need to finance myself, so I'm also working and I'm also studying. And later on, we will decide whether to choose which, whether I have to stay here, whether I have to go back somewhere else or whatever, So like that, you have to plan out. So you need to find out what makes you really happy or like what's something that is meaningful for you. Nen interest ne ola tam le feel ba khala comment rapita ma bega the nemi identify ne skill de kha khala ne tinya le market ne u very valuable ne. I would say please invest in that skill. Come you invest learn in your kha ne mari to side gig sesate. So since I'm from teaching profession, nimi the ola teaching profession ne na phari to go lo come you. Yes, you soon after escaping MBBS, you don't have to study, but I have to study every day of my life because I need to impart the concept to the younger generation. And in today's world, it is very hard is because they have smartphones, they have internet, Google, Chat GPT, everything. So I have to be the one who knows at least the concept in a much more meaningful sense than a superficial level. So, no motivation kaba, or you have to be passionate about what you like. And I think it is really important to come out of your comfort zone. Nimi wala na comfort zone ne khamyo etana attitude or kha tagalo bele niya tawa phi khole ne pako ophi pako mavi pako mane. But for how long? Right? How long do you want to be in that comfort zone and just live off something? Maybe if you step out of your comfort zone, nami thola zone ne da nakachiba takwa takem ni ole community ni bi ya ye dopwe ye wet lo one. It was not easy for any one of us. Like baba khoplo ta nyumyolop the ye sibluba kasai wa de ye mu pa de le community support ya thene ya. It was really tough, but I think if you are very disciplined and if you have a goal to achieve and if you know what you need, then and if you're ready to, step out of your comfort zone, I think you can do it. And there is nothing that is impossible. You can do it. All you have to do is put a little effort. But then if you're struggling with any kind of issues, there is always a way to, heal from that. There's no problem like Dr. Arnold Netia. There is no problem that has no solution. So I think that is very true. If only we try, we can see a solution that fits us. Tinyana betita mu a value la timane ba PAT ubala Andaman ne me ba tablido paaji lo the timimane ba family ne. It's a very whatever you have right now, be grateful for that because a family to they're working 3 jobs to stabilize. I've seen people come here whatever they're earning, they're paying their own college fees. So I think as people who come from Andaman, where we live in the comfort of our house, we should really learn from them and try to do something different, at least a little bit. So maybe step out of your comfort zone. And don't worry so much because the goal me order na achieve the, and you have to approach that with the same passion and same desire of it, right?
The agat mi na ye the hedi bata sir tola Thramu Carolina no me the at ba point lot at me or kakhado me ka share ba for audience te ne no.
So I just want to talk about a little bit about how therapy and counseling works, right? I think it's important.
Yeah.
So therapy ne like you have many other professionals who will be like a counseling psychologist and they'll use various theories or techniques to help you with your solutions. The therapy ne naga bashini appointment the screen as to the problems me ole. And in mental health the first thing is to screen out any organic illness for example your vitals waka check thyroid me one, it messes with your mood. So bad blah blah na thyroid me ane na mood me lote. So in that case your problem is not because it's because of your thyroid that you are having like a very slow lethargic move activity abo the best treatment option would be to treat it like from the thyroid perspective here. Okay, so I think to rule out any organic problem and that such, and then you can move on to exploring the problem you can talk about whatever is troubling you. And therapy session is highly confidential. But to reveal an identity of the client, the people very professionally solution. Like as counselor, we are here to what to say, like guide you to make the best choice that fits for you, the best intervention or therapy session that would be best fit for you as an individual. And again, if a therapy session, if one intervention technique is working for person A, it will not be the same for the other. But we believe that we're different, we behave differently, but we so depending on how you cope, your own natural coping system and your thinking thought patterns, paka design intervention accordingly, will execute the plan like that. And nimi edo avail counseling services ne yakhene nimela online samone apps where you can find the nimi edo tinya ane, you can always put it on the comment section, there you can reply na the always na ba commune also nami clue mi basa mo na verify na commune counselor nami authentic but it's easily available. I think government samo a helpline no suicide helpline I think child helpline and it is samo, if it is feasible for you, all of those things are there that you can reach out. And yes, don't hesitate, you can, there's always a solution for things, and we can always think of ways to help you cope with whatever that you're dealing with. So don't hesitate to reach out. We're all here to help you.
Okay, now thank you so much. Thank you so much, Thramu Carolina, and share bapa valuable life experience did pa the professional background did pa the share bapa youth did pa motivation did pa ne pana hu ba me ba ne no the sugmona paklu paknya audience did pa no the kwara did pa ne wa tikna pa athawada kitinya athawada takatu did pa no pakhale ta thocho mi ne no pakhale ta le counseling back am mi no ituna hu ba no Thramu Carolina awate bawa tu lege baba ni no isukmo tikna pa ba ko no ngade no tikte bapa le comments ter phano tu episode ko ter phano tu ko ne tu like ba de le channel no motivate te ami he ba tu inspiration le claim ta mata le no da pe do tinya se ko no do Sibluba Thramu Carolina na le hin kwanta sector le do pe do na. Thank you so much for joining us on the talk show na. Da Sibluba na da Sibluba pa klupa kanya ter phale ta ko pudele kwara ha ko do be do mo ti ku mu super ma okay pudu pudana do dini to ni na tininya e episode te pa market ba pe le no w do ma ni no. Thank you.